Welcome, 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 one and all, to another episode of the Kinky Christian Podcast. Of course, I am your host, Pat, and with me again, and as always, my lovely co-host.
As always?
Well, now, yeah. I mean, you're my new norm.
Okay, we'll go with that.
So,
Hi.
who are you? Melissa. You gotta let the people know who you are.
Normally you already say who I am. That's not been my job
That's
before.
not your job. You have one job.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Okay.
You're the announcer.
I'm the announcer now. Go! So, in this episode, we want to tackle...
Want to.
That's what I said. What did I say? We want to?
Yeah, you sounded... No. Want to. Two separate words.
What she said. This is what's happening. Right?
Correct.
Not want to?
Not want to.
Want to?
No.
So in this episode, we are going to... We finna...
Oh, dear Lord.
We fixing to...
No.
No? Okay. We're going to talk about proper vetting.
And proper speaking.
And...
Grammar.
And apparently, we're going to have an English lesson, too. That's a bonus for everybody.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Free of charge. So, and when I say vetting, I mean vetting, not petting. Not like petting the kitten. Vetting. And what vetting means is, how would you describe vetting in the easiest and simplest way? I mean, it's making sure...
It's kind of like fleshing out.
Fleshing out. There you go. Is that proper English? Fleshing out?
Yes.
Okay. So...
Of course, I said it.
Of course, you said it. When you vet someone, in the lifestyle, it's pretty much the same as like dating. So when you meet somebody in any way, shape, or form, you talk to them, you get to know them, find out what you have in common, find out what you don't have in common. You find out their likes, their dislikes.
Values,
morals, that kind of stuff. So you want to get to know the person.
Correct.
It's the same thing in the lifestyle, but you have to take it to another level. And that is because, especially when you're trying to develop a power exchange relationship, you really need to know who you're getting involved with.
Yeah.
Because there is a level of trust and, I mean, even confidentiality.
Correct.
That you don't always deal with in what we call normal... Vanilla. I don't like the term vanilla, but I know that's what people use. But in the standard relationship. Because...
I wouldn't even use standard.
No, well, everyone knows what we mean. In the non-BDSM power exchange community,
I'll roll with that one.
You want to go with that one?
Yeah, okay.
We'll come up with a word or a phrase that everybody likes. Never.
It's not our job.
No. So, in the non-BDSM power exchange world, you date, you get to know each other. In the BDSM power exchange world, you now have to decide if not only is this the type of person you want to be with, but is this the type of person you want to allow to have control over you? in any level. I mean, and is this the type of person you trust to inflict pain on your person
Or to even touch you.
or to touch you? And is this the type of person that you feel is not going to abuse the gift that is given them? And I'm not talking both ways, not just vetting a dom, but vetting a sub, because believe it or not, subs can be very manipulative and controlling. They can they can play on a dom's desire just to get what they want out of the relationship. So a dom
True.
can be played by a improper relationship with the sub just as much as a sub can be abused and played by an improper relationship with the dom.
I agree with that.
Does that make sense? You agree?
I agree. Yes.
So
It's people. I mean,
exactly.
it all comes down to people, and we all have our own little quirks and things that we do,
Yep.
and we don't always meld.
Correct.
So,
And just as there are abusive people in the real world and just normal relationships, there are abusive people in power exchange relationships.
correct.
The only real difference between the relationships is that extra added level that you're putting in there of a power exchange or, BDSM.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just people having relationships. So in the BDSM power exchange world, we call it vetting. You vet somebody. You could basically call it the same thing in the non-power exchange world too, because you really, no matter who you're dating, no matter who you're in a relationship with, you need to find out what kind of person they are.
It's information gathering, research. It's like if you're looking for a new doctor,
Exactly.
you're gonna do your research.
Well,
If you're,
hopefully, you should.
you should.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're wanting to have any kind of relationship with any person, regardless of what their status is going to be,
Friendship,
right? Any
intimate.
person in your life, vetting should be something that you do. Period.
And that doesn't mean, oh, I talked to him online for a week.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless let me put a caveat there. I guess that's how I want to say it. If that's what you're looking for, is just an online, because when you're online, it's different. Because, for instance, if you're just looking to go online and live this little fantasy life online and then go back to your real life, and the person you're in this relationship online with is all good with that too, and it's just a fantasy, and then you go away, then they're not going to come to your house. You're not going to share those personal informations. You're not going to share like phone numbers. You're not going to share addresses. You're not going to share personal information to where they can come stalk you, and they can, if
right.
you're both okay with just saying, hey, we're just going to have this little fantasy world. I don't want to get to know you. I don't want us to meet up in real life. We'll get together, we'll play, and we'll go our separate ways. Then you're fine.
Correct.
If there's
I think even in that situation, though, if you think about it, you would kind of vet to a point,
to a point, but what I'm saying is maybe a week's worth of vetting, a week's worth of talking to them online may
agreeing
be
with,
enough,
right.
where you both just like, yeah, we're not into anything more than that.
I don't want deep. I just want.
I just want a superficial. I
yeah.
just need an escape. It's kind of like reading a book. You don't vet a book. You just read the book, and if you don't like the book, you put it down and go get
Correct.
another one. Same thing. You can. I know there are people who do that online. They just want to get in, have their little fantasy, and then they're good. They go about their business.
I just ask. Don't ghost. If you're gonna step away from the relationship, step away with the relationship with respect.
Yeah.
This isn't working. Okay, we've had our fun. This has been a nice fling for me. I'm ready to move on.
Yep.
The ghosting thing is just very, very,
It's very inconsiderate. You know, it's
it
improper.
hurts.
It's you know.
Yeah, it's rude, it's disrespectful,
Yeah.
and you know me with respect.
Yeah.
That's just, it's not okay.
Well, it's disrespectful to the other person that's being ghosted. It's disrespectful to the relationship that was there, no matter how
Exactly.
surface and superficial the relationship was. It was a relationship.
Exactly.
You know, all relationships should end properly,
I agree.
not just, you know, cut off and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rude.
I mean, even friendships. Don't ghost a friend. Don't ghost anyone.
Yeah.
Period.
It's not okay.
Yeah. It's frowned upon in this establishment.
100%.
So, but yeah, vet everyone to the extent that you should vet them. If you're looking for something more serious and looking to get involved, even if you're looking for like professional services, because there's a lot of professional doms out there,
Yeah.
and people go to them just for that little bit. Vet them, you know, make sure they are the type of dom you want. So vet everybody to the degree that they should be vetted. And when you're doing that, what you're going to find is there are as many different types of DOMs out there as there are people.
And subs.
And subs. Yes, vet your subs too. So everything we
Yeah.
say goes both ways.
Yes.
So when you're vetting a person, whether it be a dom or a sub, realize that you're going to find a bunch of ones that feel the same way you do, a bunch of ones that don't feel the same way you do, and the whole gambit in between. They feel this way and you agree with that, but then they feel this way and you disagree with that.
Which is okay too.
And that's all fine. That just means you need to move on to another person to, or decide I can live with that.
Exactly.
Either way.
Yeah.
My issue, I don't want to call it an issue, but there's something that I've been seeing a lot lately, and it kind of bothers me because I'm the type of person who likes to always approach every instance assuming positive intent.
Correct.
Which means you go into it giving everyone the benefit of the doubt that they're not doing anything to be malicious, or, you know, whether they are or not is not, you don't know that going into a situation. So you assume that their intentions are always positive.
Yes.
That being said, there's a lot of stuff going on right now where with this whole fake dom. Oh, what's a fake dom? They're a fake dom. Oh, I can't believe that's just a fake dom. And that bothers me because nobody is assuming positive intent. They're assuming that this person is a fake dom because this person doesn't do things the way they want it done. They're doing things that they disagree with. Some of them are just, you know, immediately diving into, hey, you know, they're aggressive. Give me your phone number. Let me hook up with you. And, you know, so they're aggressive. That doesn't necessarily make them a fake dom. There's a million things that could be going on with this person. You know, they may not have the education in the lifestyle that they need. They may not have a mentor to guide them. That may just be their style of dominance, and their kink. That, you know, I there are doms out there that are abusive. That doesn't make them fake. That makes them abusive, and that's why you vet. If you don't want some, because some subs like to be abused.
Correct.
That's their kink. So calling people fake bothers me because we don't know this person. We don't know, you know, and whether it be a fake dom, fake sub, whatever, we don't know them. We don't know.
You're
That's,
snagging my shirt.
am I snagging your shirt?
Your dragon's biting me.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You know, for not being Italian, I talk with my hands a lot.
Yes.
Now, I'm not so Italian that if you shut my hands down, I can't talk. But my hands like to. Yeah.
Just keep it up on the pillow.
Well, I'm trying, but I like touching my kitten too.
Yeah, but your dragon is biting me.
Let me see if I can move my dragon around.
Behave. Just,
Tell the dragon.
slay the dragon, would you?
I did that when I put a collar on you.
Yeah, that's valid.
So, anyway,
Squirrel.
squirrel. I don't like the term fake dom. I don't like the term fake anything because we don't know.
Yeah.
So that's what vetting is for, to find out, is this the kind of person that you want to be in a relationship, and whether it be dom or sub. Like I said, subs can. There are some subs that will do anything in the world and say anything and manipulate and play games to get what they want, you know, in a relationship.
Yeah.
So doms can be.
Especially if they're frenzied.
Oh yeah, well we've covered sub frenzy, and that's a horrible thing.
Yeah, it's not
And
fun.
that's something that there are doms that will. I say doms. There are people that will take advantage of that situation.
That is correct.
So, yeah, trying to vet when you're in a frenzy is probably not going to happen.
Yeah. So how do you do that? I mean,
How do you vet when you're in a
how do
frenzy?
you handle that situation, because you're already so emotionally charged and like almost like the drug addict,
Right.
you know, you
So
how do you settle
rationally?
yourself and be
Well, that's
rational?
for you, Miss Therapist. How do you do that?
I mean, I think for me, I
Because you got to
think
self trigger some way, shape, or form, unless you have someone in your life who can calm you down.
correct. So when you have a dom who is educated or well, I mean that helps, who has been in the lifestyle for a time enough to recognize what's going on, they could help.
Correct.
But you have to have someone who's willing to help
Calm the
calm,
frenzy.
to have the conversations that need to be had to establish whether or not the relationship is what both of them want, and be able to make this, I say make, but show the sub how to honestly think about what it is that they want, not that what they want is to please them. When
Well, and that's difficult though, because when you're in a frenzy, it's easy to convince yourself and others that you're not. Oh no, I'm calm. I'm thinking rationally. I'm okay.
yeah, this is what I want.
I know
Yeah.
that. And inside you're going, oh, gotta have it, gotta have it.
Yep.
So a lot of it actually goes to the person in the frenzy. They have to be open enough to listen to things, and it's very difficult, especially like you said, when you're a drug addict, that the desire is just flowing through your body.
Right. They need to have someone
Yeah,
who is able to pull them back,
yeah, and
to
that's
have the conversations before they
yeah, and
put themselves in a bad situation.
that's the sad thing though, is because there are people out there that see it, because it's easy to tell when someone's in a sub frenzy.
Yeah.
You know, um, online it's a little more difficult, but it's still kind of easy to tell because you just push a little bit, and if they start caving, then you're gonna you can
Yep.
hook them.
You got them.
So, and that's the sad thing, is because there are abusers. I mean, I get it. People call them fake. They're not. They truly want to dominate, but they're abusive.
Yeah.
And if that's your kink, that's all fine and dandy. If that's what you both want, the dom wants to be an abuser and the sub wants to be abused, fine.
As a therapist, that's not fine.
Right. Well,
For me, that's not fine.
and I guess
But
using the word abuse is kind of the wrong thing if because abuse is always wrong.
yeah,
But if
being
if someone
aggressive.
aggressive, that's a better word, thank you. If
Yeah,
someone wants that aggression and that kind of consensual non-consent,
yeah.
that's where I'm going, not abuse. Abuse is always wrong. So don't listen to all what I was saying about abuse.
He
That's
was
not
wrong.
well, it's not that I was wrong. I was calling it the wrong thing. It's
Yes.
not abuse.
Yeah.
If someone wants that style of dominance, then that's fine.
It's agreed upon.
As long as it's agreed upon. So the aggressive, the CNC, the pushing and the prodding and the trying to get you to do things you don't want to do, if that's what you want, that's fine. Abuse is never okay. So I was just using the wrong terminology there.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you. That's why I got you. So,
I just should have said something earlier.
well, yeah, but I got down that train and I wasn't thinking.
Yep, I know.
So, but yeah, abuse is always wrong. So, yeah, the vet as much as you can. You know, why are you laughing?
Because I keep squirreling. I keep squirreling you, and then you look at me like,
I look at you with nothing but love.
is that what that
That's
is?
what that is.
Okay, we'll go with that.
We'll go with that. Now, when you vet someone,
Yeah.
do not ever be afraid to ask any question at all.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because if you're going to be in any kind of relationship with this person, any information that you deem necessary to advance the relationship is fair game.
And if they choose, and it's also on them, if they choose not to answer that question, then you need to decide just how important that is.
Correct. Yep.
Because they don't have to answer that.
Correct. They do not. Because they also have the choice. They are vetting you at the same time you're vetting them, or at least they should be.
Correct.
It should always be mutual,
Yeah.
mutual,
Consensual.
vetting, mutual, consensual. Anyway, both ways. it should, it should always be a
It should
two-way
happen.
street. Yeah, you should always be vetting each other and figuring out. Like I said, it's just like dating. When you go out on a date with someone, you know, if you're going out on a date with someone and next thing you know someone else comes up and they start kissing on them and you know all that, you got to decide, is that really what you want? Or you know, and then you find out, oh, that was my ex and yeah, we're still sleeping together.
And by the way, I'm in a poly relationship. I
Yeah,
mean, that's important information.
you have to decide. So that is why vetting should take some time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, to me, if you're not putting a month or two at minimum into vetting somebody, I think you've gone too quick. You know, even like when we first started dating. Now, granted, we were young, and I knew as soon as I saw you, I loved you,
We were young and dumb
and full of it.
yeah, yeah. I
But
mean, we thought
even
we knew
then,
everything.
yeah, you always think you know everything when you're young. Then you get
Yeah.
older and you realize how stupid you really were.
Yeah,
But we took it slow. You know,
we did.
I mean, it was a very intentional process.
Because we wanted to make sure that
It was going to
it was
last.
going to last.
Yeah.
Even at a young age, yeah.
Well, because I think we had both been in bad relationships and knew that wasn't what we wanted.
That's correct.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's the key, is if you've been in a bad relationship, learn from that.
Yeah.
That I see so many friends of mine and so many people that I know that they come out of one bad relationship and jump right into another one. I can't tell you how many times we've watched shows where they interview people and they're like, yeah, I always go for the bad guy, or you know, I'm always with the same type of person, and that's not what I want, that's not what makes me happy. And they, when they have a chance to step outside that and pick something completely different, something that is probably going to be better for them in the long run, what do they choose? They choose the bad boy. They choose the
comfort,
what they know,
the consistent comfort.
Yeah. But I think we were a little different because we're like, even though when we first got together, it was very different than what either one of us had been in. We knew that's what we wanted.
Yeah.
You know. So we came out of the bad relationship, and we dated, we vetted, we didn't, jump into the sack with each other right away. Heck, it took me 3 weeks to get a kiss from you. Because, stingy with the kisses.
That's okay.
So
it's still part of the vetting, which is what we're,
So you move at a different pace. And again, it depends on what you want out of the relationship.
Correct.
Do you want just a fling? There's not much vetting going on with that. If that's what you're looking for and you're both okay with it, you don't really need a lot of vetting. Do you want...
Are you clean? Do you have...
diseases? Well, the problem is you can say anything you want. I think we should all have to carry cards.
STD free.
Yeah.
And if I'm not, I have condoms.
Well, and I'll tell you, herpes, no. Gonorrhea, no. Syphilis, no.
Yeah.
Vaginal warts, yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that I have vaginal warts.
Me either.
Yeah, well, I don't have a vaginal.
I mean...
So...
Anyway. Squirrel. Again.
Well, that is part of the vetting. Especially
100%.
if you're gonna make it a physical and intimate relationship.
Yeah, you need to know.
You need to know the health risks involved.
Yeah. All health risks, not just
sexually.
Diseases. Yeah. It's heart. All of that.
Yeah, because someone have a heart attack on you while you're
that'd be a bad
while
mojo.
you're whipping them. Or a seizure. Or There's a million things that can happen. So it's all part of vetting.
Yep. Know what you're getting into.
Know what you're getting into for the level of relationship that you're getting into.
Correct.
And understand that just because someone doesn't see things or do things the way you like or want them to doesn't mean they're fake. They may be, like I said, just undereducated, not educated at all. That may be their kink. They may need a mentor. That may be who they are.
Mentors are valuable.
Mentors are very valuable. So, anyway, that's our story on vetting.
Yep.
Agree? Disagree?
Yeah, I think.
Anything you want to add?
Nothing that I can think of. It'll be after we're off camera.
After off the air.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be like, crap! I should have said.
Yep. That's what I do.
That's usually how it happens.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So until next time, people, stay safe, take care of each other, and God bless.